Domination, helping you dominate today. In this video I'm going over 1 month without weed. 30 days it's been since I've completely quit marijuana. I don't ever plan on going back to this cycle of addiction. Why did I quit marijuana? You can see on this video of 90 days without nicotine, 3 months without nicotine, a little backstory on how the cycle of addiction started for me. The reason why I quit was because it was really negatively impacting my life. My relationship with cannabis was a tricky one. When I first started to smoke cannabis, I didn't even actually like it. But eventually, as the time progressed, I started to use cannabis as a crutch when I was alone. And when I started to smoke alone, that's when cannabis really started to become destructive. At the beginning, cannabis was a beautiful drug, even though, like I said, at the very beginning, it was actually very anxiety causing and paranoid, delusional thoughts. I thought people were watching me, I thought I was too buzzed, I thought I was way too anxious to be even functional. But as the time progressed, I started to love the relationship I had with cannabis. I used to smoke to be able to go to sleep and get more work done. So I used to honestly take Vyvanse in the day for productive reasons, and then smoke cannabis throughout the day and heavily in the evening to be able to fall asleep. Those two drugs mixed together, Vyvanse and cannabis, made me very unfocused and unmotivated once I was no longer on the drug. It's now been 30 days since I've completely stopped consuming cannabis, and I no longer have the urge nor the thoughts to take cannabis, nor nicotine, nor Vyvanses. All these drugs are tools if used properly and correctly. Unfortunately, I have an addictive personality, which means I need to be very careful with what I let inside my body. I've realized that the only drug I can actually consume every single day moderately is caffeine. And even caffeine, I eventually want to take a break and cut it out of my life. I want to be able to say that most of my success and progress I've made in my life was due to my sober self and was not influenced by any type of drugs. Even though I can't change the past, I can change the present. I am the person I am because of my drug use, and I accept that. But I no longer want to be attached to that lesser version of me. Because, yes, Vyvanses help to be productive in my personal opinion, but they make me a zombie. They make me without emotions, and they make me feel like I'm not worthy. Yes, cannabis is fun and nice, and I still get the urges to smoke sometimes. But I can confidently say that I like myself better without cannabis. Yes, I miss the social aspect of cannabis. I miss going to parties and being able to smoke. But the flip side of it is, if I were to smoke right now, I'd get way too buzzed. And it would return me into a cycle of addiction where I'd be too buzzed that night where, let's say I give myself the option to just smoke 1 puff. I'd get way too buzzed, I'd get social anxiety, and then I'd lose all my progress and go into the cycle of addiction. For me, cannabis was a special drug, and it will always hold a special place in my heart, and I strongly believe that I will reconsume cannabis eventually in the future. Not the near future. I have goals to attain, I have friends to make, and I have, most importantly, somebody to make proud. I want to be able to be at least 1 year cannabis free, and even more if possible, and I know it will be possible because I'm truly committed to my goals. My goals consist of gaining muscle mass and weight, becoming sober, 100% sober. The only drug I'm currently addicted to is caffeine and social media. My goals consist of buying my own home, or apartment duplex, or triplex, or quadruplex. I want to become financially independent, and I want to no longer depend on my parents to be able to make my own businesses and to be able to flourish in this world. I'm currently still in my parents' garage. Even though I've made a lot of progress in these past few months, I still feel like there's way more to attain, and I want to attain all these goals by myself with my own hard-earned money that I'm making out of my own businesses. Cannabis will have a place in the future if I can attain these goals, but unfortunately I can no longer accept cannabis in my life because every time I restart my relationship with cannabis, It's toxic. This is what I've learned over 1 month without cannabis. I sleep better and longer. I don't need cannabis to fall asleep. These were limiting beliefs I placed on myself. I don't need cannabis to be able to talk to people and make friends. Even the friends that are currently smoking cannabis, where I used to smoke cannabis with, are still in my life, but from a distance. And I prefer that because I can actually concentrate on my goals and achieve what I want to achieve. Cannabis no longer has a place, and I've learned that it's better that way. Personally, I have an addictive personality, which means I've now replaced the addiction of cannabis with the following. I'm addicted to making money and achieving my goals. I'm addicted to going to the gym and putting on muscle mass and weight. I'm addicted to bettering my life, where that means going to the gym, lifting weights, making money, achieving whatever I want to achieve. I'm addicted to being sober now, and I'm addicted to conquering my reality. When a client calls now, I don't need to say, I'm too buzzed, I'll answer him tomorrow morning. I answer the phone. When a problem arises, I answer the phone. When I need to do something, I go get it. I don't wait anymore, because cannabis truly impacted me in a negative way in the past, and I won't let that happen again. Certainly not when I'm sober. Sober life is a buzz, and it's way underrated. You don't need anything to be able to function, because you're here for a reason, and you're here to function sober. You're not here to be able to say to yourself, I need this and this drug to be able to be alive. Because think about it, if you need this and this and this to be able to function properly, you're functioning on this and this and this, and you're not functioning like you're truly meant to be functioning. Listen to your spirit and listen to your soul. They truly know the way out. Making these videos feels good. It feels natural. It's not scripted. This one is not, at least. The nicotine one, I previously read a script, but even then, I'll be completely honest, I'll remake one in about like 6 months without a script. Because even though the video may be longer and my thoughts may be going a bit all over the place, I'd rather be authentic and raw than to be scripting something. It's coming out of my mouth naturally, and that's how it's supposed to be. Go get your life and go conquer it, because nobody else is going to do it for you. You don't need marijuana in your life to be able to function. I understand you may love your relationship with cannabis, but achieve your goals first, and maybe think about restarting a relationship with cannabis in the future. But make me a promise and never reconsume cannabis until you've achieved every single goal you want to achieve. And I promise you, cannabis is directly affecting those goals. And you may think it makes you more creative, and you may think it's making you sleep better. It's all lies. That's the addictive voice telling you to come back and to stay here. But why do you want to quit? Why are you watching this video right now? It's because you know cannabis no longer has a place in your life, and I respect that from you. Now, become a man, or become the woman you always wanted to become, and don't settle for nothing less, because you deserve the world and way more. You don't deserve to be enslaved by addictions. You don't deserve to be tied by vices. You deserve to be free, and free to do what you want with your time. And cannabis, whether you like it or not, and whether you think it or not, is directly impacting you in a negative way. And that's why you're quitting today, if you haven't already. If you have quit and you are continuously trying to quit, or if you're on day 2, day 3, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, comment down below. Let's help us become the man and woman we always wanted to become. One day, and 1 second if you must, at a time. This was Domination, helping you dominate today.